Welcome to Scene Invaders. I'm Dan, and let's talk The White Lotus Season 3, Episode 6, Denials. Alright, so a couple things we gotta talk about right away. So we're right after the madness of the full moon party. Everyone's hungover, and a couple people are waking up to some serious consequences. Let's talk about the Ratliff brothers, alright? So Saxon and Lachlan, they're dealing with fallout of their wild night. But if you rewatch episode 5, it looks like Lachlan actually spit out the pill. I saw that in the comment section. I went and rewatched it. It looks like he did that. So I don't know what he's trying to do to Saxon, trying to get up over him or do something or take over control. Like Saxon mentioned all about control. So I think he's trying to do that to him. But it seems like he might have jerked him off. I mean, I don't know whose story to believe. The girls say it right here.
You guys forced us to.
I didn't force him to jerk you off.
But at first, it looked like it was just Lachlan and Chloe hooking up, and he was doing himself right next to them, which is also still weird. That's your brother, and they made out. It's already weird. I mean, it's strange, and I don't need that part of it, but whatever. But then we see the later flashback of when Lachlan's thinking about it, and it looks like, yeah, he was doing the old-fashioned on his brother.
What do you mean that never happened? But I don't remember that.
So that's ridiculous, and that's insane. What do you guys think about that? Let me know down below. And this episode is the perfect boiling point. I feel like we're here, and it's about to go through the roof. We have 2 episodes left. So we have Greg's party next week, and then the shooting, I'm guessing, is going to be the last episode, obviously. I think it was a perfect setup episode, and the last 2 episodes are going to be nuts. But yeah, the brothers cross some lines. It's a bit too far, all right? You're going to handy your own brother? Hey, no judgment, but I think he's trying to fuck with Saxon, but he seemed to be regretting it when he was having the flashback of it. I don't know, maybe he wanted to. I saw family love vibes from these two in the first episode, so maybe he wanted to. Who knows? They're both dealing with it in their own way. All right, let's talk about the ladies. So, they're dealing with some fallout on their own. Jacqueline got caught with Valentine sneaking out of her room. Kate saw it. Of course, Kate isn't going to keep it to herself. So she tells Laurie, and they get a little catty. It's a little intense. Laurie's ranting over breakfast, eating her fruit like she's pissed off. And then Val comes over, tries to talk to him, and she's like, no, we're good. But then later on, she's like, hey, we should go to the Muay Thai fights. That sounds fun. So I don't know. I think she's just trying to piss Jacqueline off. But it's funny because Jacqueline says, oh, I thought I could trust you two. I'm always dealing with gossip. When a couple episodes ago, you were gossiping about Laurie. So you can't have it both ways. But Jacqueline going with a nothing happened type of lie, yeah, no one's buying that. Everybody knows what happened.
I told you nothing happened, Jacqueline. Get real.
And I have more to say about this in my favorite moments section of the episode. The tension between these 3 friends is simmering. If one of them doesn't get killed, I say they leave this vacation no longer friends. I think this is it for their friendship, for sure.
Can I ask, and I'm just curious, why did you keep pushing him on me when it was always your plan to hook up with him yourself?
Then we got Tim. Good old Tim Ratliff. He is having full-on existential crisis. I mean, the episode opens up with him fantasizing about shooting himself, and then he sees the repercussions of it. Oh, his wife would find out, his kids would find out, and they'd be all upset. So he's like, all right, I can't do this. He puts the gun away. But then later, because Victoria says,
we're not going to lose everything. And if we did, honestly, I don't know if I'd want to live.
Or actually, she could have never seen herself living that way. So then later he thinks about killing her and then himself. That's next level. It's all in his head for now, and he doesn't have the gun anymore because the good news is Gaitak got the gun back.
แล้วปืนหายไปไหนอ๋อไม่ได้หายพี่ผมพกไปด้วยครับ
So that's definitely going to come into play for the shooting at the end, especially with Gaitak training this episode, and his friend said he was a good shot for his first time. I think he's definitely going to be involved in the shooting. Maybe he gets killed trying to be a hero. That's something to look at. Now, Belinda, her and Poinchai had a night together, and Zion walked in with them still in bed. That was a little awkward.
Yeah, do you need a minute?
Yeah.
I actually think Belinda and Poinchai are adorable together, and when he talked to her about opening up a spot together, them two together in Thailand, if they make it out alive, I hope that they do that. I think that they're very cute together. That's been her dream, and I think that's something that could be a good thing to come out of this season. Hopefully she doesn't die. She's very high on my list of people that I think that might die, so we'll see. When she runs into Greg...
Sorry. Oh, how are you? Remember me?
I felt it. And her reaction, valid, because she probably thinks that he wants to kill her, and then he invites her to his dinner. Oh, my son's here, he's jet lagged. I'll bring him too. And then he just says this.
I think we should talk.
Okay.
What do you think he wants to talk about? So they're going to flesh it out. Either he's going to try to kill her or he's going to try to bribe her because he knows that she knows. The point of acting like this isn't a big deal for Greg is done with. He's done his research. He knows who she is. He knows that she knows who he is. So he has to deal with it. So his plan with this dinner party, he wants to invite the brothers over as well because he knows that Chloe had sex with one of them.
You fucked one of those brothers. Tell me you did it. Tell me which one you fucked.
So what is he planning? Is there going to be a death before the shootout? What do you guys think? Let me know down below.
Bring him over tonight.
All right, Rick and Frank in Bangkok. Really like this scene. They're gearing up to confront Srtala's husband, right, Jim. And we think, at least I think, and a couple commenters think, that Jim could actually be Rick's father, and that could be something we learn next week. When he confronts him, he could be like, oh, actually, the truth is, what'd you say your mother's name was? Yeah, I'm actually your dad. So that would actually turn the tables. He did bring the gun. He told Frank he wasn't going to bring the gun. Srtala has guards with guns. So if he shoots Jim, there's going to be a shootout there. So I doubt that happens. I think it's more likely we learn that Jim is actually Rick's father. He's like, well, wish you would have been there for my whole life, but okay. You did screw me up. You screwed me up. And you should have been there for me. I think we're going to get that instead of some type of shootout before the final shootout in the last episode. That's when the episode ends with them stepping into their house. We hear Jim's voice. We don't see what he looks like yet. So we'll see that next week. Hopefully they open with that because I'm really curious how that situation is going to resolve itself. But Walton Goggins and Sam Rockwell together make a movie together. Those two have great chemistry together. And the scenes, as limited as we've seen them together so far, they work so well off each other. So I want more. All right, so some analysis before I get to my favorite moments. So this episode is all about aftermath. It's slower than last week's chaos, but like I said, it's a build-up episode, right? It's something you need to have the stakes raised even higher, and then it's going to explode. That's what I get from this episode. I really enjoyed it. The Ratliff brothers, that moment is obviously a big shocker. It's gross, but Mike White, he's always been about satire, and this feels like a twisted commentary on family dynamics, and obviously privilege. The Ratliffs are a very privileged family. They've always lived this way, and that's why they had the scene with Piper. Like Victoria says, oh, you think you want to stay here for a year? Stay here for a night. Let me know how you feel after that. So she's trying to be like, oh, she's not like this. She doesn't want to live like this for a year because who we are. We'll bring her back to our people and she'll live normal like us. That's the way she's trying to go about it. But I hope Piper likes it and stays. I think it would be nice for her to get away from her family for a while, especially what's going to happen to her father. He's going to be either dead or locked up by the time this season is over. So it'd be nice for her to get away.
So you want me to go ask if I can spend the night? And if I still want to do this, you will support me?
Yes, absolutely.
But the stuff between Lachlan and Saxon, I mean, that's what everybody's talking about on social media right now. It's just, how can't you talk about it? The dude jerked off his brother. I mean, while he was having sex with Chloe, and he was apparently a virgin. So he's doing that for the first time and jerking off his brother. Strange. But the two actors are really playing off each other well. They vibe well, and you can feel the regret radiating off the screen. It's just palpable.
I can't remember last night at all.
We both blacked out.
The stuff about Tim daydreaming about ending his own life is really sad to me. Deal with what you did. Go do your jail time, and then you'll be fine after that. They said it wouldn't be too long. His friend said that anyway. So I think he just needs to man up and just go through it. All this stuff about wanting to do it to yourself and then kill your own wife.
I love you.
And then do it. Come on, man. Get your shit together. He was really quiet this episode, and it was really unsettling. It kind of blends in with the theme of the season, emptiness. That's the way I see it. And Victoria's line,
I don't want her thinking she'll be just fine if she's poor. She needs to fear poverty, Tim, like everyone else we know.
but that's the Ratliffs in a nutshell. Money is their god, and they're terrified of losing it. Didn't make Tim feel happy about that situation at all, because he knows that's what's coming. As soon as he turns his phone on, as soon as he goes home, that's what's waiting for him. Now, Guy Talk's arc, fascinating this episode. You know, he's sweet. All he wants to do is a date with Mook, but now he's training. He's learning how to use a gun. He took the bold move and went and stole the gun back, which was the right thing to do. Get it out of Tim's hands, because he's having these crazy daydreams about what he's going to do to himself, possibly his wife, who knows, maybe even his kids. You've seen stories like that in the news where they take out their family before they take out themselves. So good job, Guy Talk, getting that gun back. And now he's working on his skills.
โอ้โหสุดยอดว่ะไก่ต๊อกนี่ขนาดครั้งแรกเลยนะ
I could see him not snapping, but when the shootout starts, him being the one to jump right into the action. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, I'm here. I'm trained now. I'm ready to go. I love Mook. I'm going to do whatever I can to protect her. Maybe Mook's in a dangerous situation and he'll jump in and he'll be the hero. Maybe he dies though. But yeah, Walton Goggins having the gun when he told Frank he wouldn't bring it doesn't sit well with me. Something's happening with that gun. That gun is Chekhov's gun. Or Tim and Gaitak's gun. One of them is. One of those guns will be used in this series. For sure. Or both. So we'll see. What do you guys think? How's that going to flesh out over at Sotala's house? All right, so some of my favorite moments I have to mention again. So Lachlan spitting out the drug, and he's really messing with Saxon. He jerked him off. That's just strange. Not going to show it on screen. You guys don't need to see that again. But that's just, I think Lachlan is doing something to mess with Saxon. I think he's trying to take him down or teach him a lesson. Something of those sorts, okay? Kate telling Laurie about Val and then not wanting Laurie to talk to Jacqueline about it. All you guys do is talk shit on each other. You knew she was going to do that. So she's just stirring the pot.
She can do what she wants. It's not a big deal. It's not a good idea. What are you guys talking about?
And then she goes up to Jacqueline later. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're full of shit. You love this shit. Now you're acting like you don't because now you're on the wrong side of it. And you got Jacqueline mad at you as well because you're involved in the drama. But Jacqueline being mad about gossip when she was the one gossiping a couple episodes ago, come on, what do you expect?
My own friends, the few people that I think I can trust, are talking shit about me behind my back.
You're doing it, they're doing it, you guys all do it. You're not friends.
It's really depressing.
Stop acting like you're friends. You guys hate each other. Greg's house? Did you guys see his house? I'll clip it in right here. That pool, that view, all that shit he got from this happening. He better get caught. If he doesn't get caught this season or killed this season, I'll be very upset. That dude has what's coming to him. I wonder what he wants to talk to Belinda about, how he's going to approach it. I know what he's going to say, but how he's going to approach it. Is he going to try to pay her off or is he going to threaten her? We'll see. We'll find that out next week too. All right, prediction time. We have 2 episodes left. The body count has to start soon. So the dinner party at Greg's feels like the perfect setup for that. Belinda's the type of character that's too pure, right? That's why I feel like she's in danger. She's done nothing wrong. She just met this guy that she's vibing with. Her son's there now. So now it could be a point where she's in danger. I feel like that could happen. Guy talk. Definitely think he's going to go rogue with that gun, especially if he's trying to prove himself or impress Mook or something like that. I think he's definitely going to be involved 100%. And Rick, if he pulls that trigger and kills Jim, game over. He's going to get killed too because they have guards unless he just takes them all out, which I hope doesn't happen because then that puts Frank in trouble. And Frank's now sober trying to live a better life. And you ask him to do this favor to play a role. So don't put him in a dangerous position. Think about what you're doing. Hopefully, like I said, he just finds out that Jim is his dad. They cry about it and they move on and he goes back to Chelsea. As for the Ratliffs, the more I think about it, there's definitely some Ratliffs going to get killed. I don't think that they all get out. You know, I think Tim's definitely dead. Maybe Victoria too. Hopefully not by Tim's hand, but I think they're going to be involved. They're going to Greg's house for the party. Lachlan may not because he's with Piper at the monastery, so maybe they're out of danger, but something's going to go down at that dinner party, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Who do you think is going to get killed first? Drop those theories below. I will make a theory video next week based off of your comments. Get them in and let me know what you think. But that's it for episode 6. What'd you think of this one? You might have thought it was a little slow, but I'm telling you, it was necessary. This type of vibe was needed to set up something bigger. The whole time, I'm like, oh my God, they're doing this to set up this, to set up that. And it's good. I really enjoyed it. I'm loving this season. I'm seeing mixed reviews in the comment section. Some people say it sucks. Some people say they like it just as much as the other seasons. I'll rank them when it's totally done, but so far I'm enjoying myself. Last week I thought it was better than this week, but this episode, like I said, very important. A building block episode that's setting things up. So now we know we got Greg's party and then the shooting, the massacre. How many people are going to die? Could be a lot. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next week. Later.
What the fuck did you give us anyway?
God, I don't think there's a drug in the world that would make me get with my brother. Hey, I don't judge, okay?